welcome to my channel. My name is Marianne Allen, and I am so excited you're here today. You came back. For those of you who keep coming back, it means a whole lot to me. If you're new on here, I moved from the U.S. to Ghana. I'm actually currently visiting the U.S. to go back to Ghana, and I'm just documenting my journey, my move, and I'm sharing some ideas and tips about the move overall. And today in this video, I will be sharing with you, like, when we first got that idea about relocating to Africa, what were some of the first things we did. So in this video, I will talk to you about 3 major debts that you need to get rid of or somehow figure out to physically detach from the U.S. So these are 3 things that tie you down here in the U.S. And in order to live in Africa, you need to wean yourself off these debts and make life possible, because otherwise it's just going to be a lot more difficult. And I think these 3 things are things that people see to be difficult, to not see a way around it in order to move. So if this information is interesting to you, make sure you subscribe and join the tribe. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and leave a comment. What are your thoughts? Was this helpful to you? Let me know. And other things that you will want to know about as well, leave it in a comment section. So the first major thing that you need to get rid of or figure out, even if you don't get rid of it, like figure out prior to making this move happen, is kind of have a plan around if you have a house in the U.S. Home ownership in the U.S. is one of those things that make you feel like you are here forever, right? Because maybe you just don't understand how to go about it. Like, what do I do with this place? I can't just up and leave. And depending on like when you actually got the home, selling may be a little difficult. You're worried about how long the house is going to be on the market for, if you're even going to get what you ask for, and all of that. So all those things just drive people, like, how do I even start that process? You know, do I have to pay off this house before moving, or can I sell it and move? So home ownership is one of the things that just makes you feel like you're tied down. But don't get discouraged, because that cannot actually tie you down unless you want to be tied down. There are ways around it. First, if you have not purchased a home yet and you're thinking about moving to Liberia or Ghana, or any parts of Africa, do not buy a home. It's just that simple. Like, and I know home ownership in the U.S. is such a big deal. Like, everyone wants a home. It's kind of like that. I don't know if it's rite of passage or how to call that, but it's one of those things where it seems like if you have done it, then you have succeeded, you know? But if you know your plans, don't feel carried away by the trend around you. Don't buy a home. Let's say if your timeline is in 10 years, that's something you might want to do, because by that time you would have acquired pretty good equity, and then you can resell. You can sell and then pocket your money and move to Africa. That can actually help you. That can be like a form of savings or a way of savings. But depending on the location, depending on a lot of things and your timeline, it may not be a smart idea to actually purchase a home if you have not done so. Now, if you already have a home and you would like to relocate to Africa, Liberia, or Ghana, or any other areas, then you have 2 options. You can either sell the home, or you can put the home out for rent. So if you're really attached to the home and you don't want to let go of it, you can put it out for rent. And there are companies that manage properties that you can put the house under, and they get a percentage. They can either get a percentage of the rent or the cost monthly, or you can pay them based on like what their charge is. So you can do that, but just know that you're still liable for, like, if someone is renting and things go wrong, they have to call you to take care of that. Unless you have all of that written in the contract. So it depends, but just know that you still own that home, and whatever goes wrong, if they don't pay their rent, you still have to pay your mortgage. And if you're in Africa, you don't want to have to deal with all of that, because your income may be pretty stable and you don't want to have to like make up for somebody else's flaws or setback here in the US. So smart thing to do may be just let it go. Just let it go. Sell it, put your money in your pocket, and move on. But if you are just testing things out, or if you want to be in between Liberia and the US, or Ghana and the US, or the UK, then yeah, you can hang on to your place, because you kind of need a place to be when you go, when you come back to visit. So you can hang on to it. You can put it under short-term rental like Airbnb, or you can rent it out. So think about all of that. But one of the things to really figure out or let go of would be housing. The second thing, the second debt to let go of, or the second detachment from the US, will be car loans. So we all have, very seldom do we buy cars cash down, unless you're buying a car from a used car lot or directly from the auction. But car loans is pretty common, and it takes about 5 years to pay off a car. So if you got a car, let's say there are people who got a car and maybe they're like 1 or 2 years into their loan agreement, and they have a 5-year timeline, they can actually pay off that car by the time it's time for them to go. But if they got a car right away and now they're deciding to move in 3 years, you would realize that you still have 5 years to pay off that car, and you don't want to move and have a car loan to pay back here. It's going to be a little difficult trying to keep up with those payments and trying to maintain your stay in Ghana or in Liberia. So you want to make sure you get rid of that. So if you're going to pay that loan down quicker, you want to pay that down quicker. It's going to save you on interest as well. So I don't know if you're hearing is it birds? Is it squirrels? But it's we have a lot of trees over here, and it's a very loud noise coming from the trees. I can't put my hand on it. I don't know what it is, but it's very loud and annoying. But anyway, yes, so you want to make sure you pay that car loan off. If you have not, let's say if you have a used car right now, you're thinking about upgrading because it's just not working for you, but you're also hoping that you could relocate to Africa in the next 5 years or in the next 3 years, I would say save up the little money that you have, go to the auction and get yourself a car. Find someone who buys cars from the auction and just see if you can get a car from there, or get a car from a used car lot where you can pay $5,000 or $4,000 down and just get it over with, instead of taking a $10,000 car loan and then paying another $5,000 of interest. So then it's $15,000 and you're stuck in that for a while. Because let me tell you, all of these plans that you're putting in place, your income goal and idea that you're now so positive about happening may not happen the way you want. And I don't want to say for sure wouldn't happen, because it's not in everybody's situation is not the same. But I for once thought everything would have been by the book, just how we planned it, and no, it did not happen. So you want to make sure you're detaching yourself as soon as possible. Don't wait to do it in 2 years, because you don't know what 2 years holds. you could be out of a job. And that would take it to the next 10 years. Like, things could just happen. Your income, COVID could hit. That's another thing. Because that was one big thing within our planning time, COVID. So, and it could affect your income and so on, like a lot of things. So make sure whatever you can do now, do that now and get it over with. Okay? So cutting down your card note. Now, we were able to pay like 2 cars off. We still have one more that we're working on. We should be done by early next year, by January. And we're just thinking about just taking care of it now and just get it over with. But we wouldn't let that hold us back. So we kind of left knowing that we still had that, and we had it for a couple of months. So we're just going to work on the payoff balance and just get it over with. But there's a reason why we are in Africa, but we have a car loan here, like one car loan left here that we're paying. And it all worked out in the plan that we created. So I will be talking about what we did that enabled us to actually do that. Because you can't just do it if you don't have things in place, like I said. So car loan. So the third thing would be credit card debts. Credit card debts. Now, a lot of people would be like, why do I need to pay my credit card if I'm not going to be in the US? You know, I could just up and leave. Now, here's the thing. Even though you're going to Africa, even though you want to move to Ghana, even though you want to move to Liberia or any other area, always keep a positive relationship with the US or the UK, like wherever you're coming from. Always keep a positive relationship. You don't want to be maxed out on your credit card. There will be emergencies that will come out. There will be business opportunities that you want to do, that those credit cards might just help you provide the capital for some kind of business, and then you can pay it off as the business starts to create income. So you don't want to just move on and leave that here, and then whenever you're back, like everything is back to square one. You don't even have a starting point. So try to cut down your credit card debts a little bit. You can use that credit card to buy your tickets to go. You can have it on there when you're in Africa. God forbid, if something happened, a disease outbreak, a war or something, a famine, or you can use that credit card, purchase tickets for you and your family, and you're out of there, you know? So always make sure you have that, you have access to that. So those are the 3 major debts that you want to kind of relieve yourself of. If this was helpful to you, make sure you give it a thumbs up and you share the video and leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you in the next video. I hope you can have a wonderful week, and God bless.